My friend has a German Shepherd. It's my old first sergeant, and his wife is from Germany.
Right there. All right, drop it.
Are you seeing it now?
Gives the dogs.
That's my middle first right there.
And see, look.
Yeah.
That was
Dad,
the view of that channel.
That place is so beautiful.
That was the creek that runs into the main
And
lake. Is right around the
when
bend.
they go out in the
But
yard,
you can't go there unless you pay.
she'll give him
There
this
it is.
command, dog
I was trying to learn how to deal with
it's like get that stuff off.
That's it. And it's even got a name.
She only talks to him in
Low
German.
out suspension.
Okay, got it.
And you gotta walk
Yeah, I
across that
wasn't going
bridge.
to learn German to talk to Josh, just so we could have a German.
Oh,
No,
was ist los?
You know what you should do?
Ohne Deutsch?
no, we're going to speak English all the way. No, actually, we have a language, it's baby talk.
Baby talk?
Hey, no, I'm a big boy. He's shedding, look at that.
You need a good brush.
I do have
Good
one.
brushing.
I do. I just brushed
That's
him
what
the
I'm
other
thinking
day.
about. That's the whole
I
idea.
didn't brush him
Because I
today.
cannot hear it out because
But we were
see what happens when I do that.
last week
People
in-
go there and they just tear it up.
Up above Boise, and a lot of kids and
Yeah.
and he likes to lay in the needles and stuff, so now he's got pitching.
I would.
It'll come out eventually.
I've done this in the past.
But I
And what I
brushed,
did was
I
I
have to
just put on
be
screen
careful because
record
it pulls on me too.
and
So
record a video of me scrolling through, and I would zoom in and say, all right, there it is.
The list is a lot.
You helped me feel so bad.
Because the ones that ask for one, they won't bother again. Because whatever updates, they don't use it. I think that's a huge perk that doesn't offer at all.
Now, one of the most beautiful places I ever went was in the northern panhandle of Idaho.
Yeah.
It's almost Canada. It's right there. And look at this lake. It's called
Did you
Creek
find the
Lake.
proper life?
yeah, there's 11 there.
Is that other one still showing?
And there is
I
free
closed
camping
it.
for
Okay, so I
it's
don't
either
know
10
why
or
it's
14 days. And the ranger came by every day. So
I
that was
gotta go there. I'm on my way to Missouri, and I want to spend
Where is the
Missouri.
well in
Talking
September.
northern Idaho.
I know, but I have a route. Once I leave Oregon, I'm gonna go to Washington, and then I'll go.
right there.
And
Right
then
there.
I'll
There's
go
the opening right there.
across
That's it.
Yes. Oh my God.
Last year I did Coeur d'Alene.
And it's an easy road. It's a dirt road, but it's easy.
But I want to
like the
take more time.
Hold on, let me look at your map. Let's make sure I gave you the right
Same thing.
I leave here, I go to
thing.
Castle Rock,
I found it.
then I go to
And there's an overlook right there.
Yeah, when I click on your live, do you
And if you
have
don't like that
Lakewood,
one,
Washington.
come on down the road, go south.
go to a funeral, celebration of life, one of my army buddies. And then
Oh my god, I didn't tag. Oh my god, I didn't tag.
slowly take my ass back to
But you follow
Kansas.
that road about 7 more miles,
Before I come
and it'll be like a little hairpin.
What they say?
What about the rest of you?
There's another one.
Yeah.
This is the biggest perk, you know why?
And it's cool up there.
People are talking. Are you? Anybody responding?
Northern Idaho.
That's good.
Then this is gold.
I guess they're hearing me talk too.
So important.
And this place was pristine. There's no trash there. Must be like one little ball pop, something like that.
No, she's gonna be late.
This place.
Sarah Rose is gonna be late because she had problems trying to find gas
This is
stations,
the good stuff.
which is
And there's a
weird.
mountain range over here.
So she'll be here at 10, everybody. 10.
Yeah.
No, that's Montana.
10-ish.
You know,
Idaho.
Adventure Batman, Brian said,
Yep,
one
8-hour
reason Brian was
drive.
Idaho
But then she said there's
was
time
Batman.
change. She gains an hour or something.
And he doesn't want to talk to
When you look at it on the map, you're
Yeah.
like,
there's
well,
nothing
that's
there.
a tiny little area. But the panhandle is actually,
Beautiful.
it's a big area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to
It's
Robert.
as,
I hope
it's
he's
as
coming
big
soon.
as, I would say, fifth of Oregon.
Yeah. It's huge.
The good fifth.
Yeah. There was a YouTuber that on live stream was telling about how great it is, and there's another YouTuber that stopped talking about it because people don't know.
I was like, because now we can just jump in my
There's a little town called Coolin. And all right, there's Coolin. You go up this road. Priest Lake State Park.
Because I need to kill some time before I head into Montana and then down to Missouri. So.
Well, now you sold your house. You can go anywhere you want.
Well, yeah, I will start my third year full time in July. I've been on the road. Well,
I gotta go into satellite mode.
how many go to satellite mode?
I'll show you the little thing right here. You push it and it gives you options of which view you want.
Well, you did 3 years of Van Life without knowing?
You gotta use satellite
use
mode.
satellite
You
mode.
can zoom in on satellite mode and see the campfire. Yes.
I'm just
You can
surprised.
see the fire pit.
Yeah, it's so important.
I'm so new.
I'm giving you amazing information, Grayson.
I go by Deborah.
It's gonna make your Van Life so much easier.
Hey, Maddie,
Okay.
when you want people to hit the like button, what do you say?
Be well and smash the bell.
Be well, smash the bell.
Like you're on live here on Gina's Live.
Oh, be well and smash the bell. Where's Gina's live at?
Right here.
No,
right there.
oh, is she still doing it?
Darn it, Gina.
Take care
I
of
gotta
you.
go get something to eat.
Take care, be well and smash the bell.
How did you come up with that?
I don't know.
It's just,
Stuff now.
just one day. You're like,
Start.
that's a really good phrase.
Somebody else tries using that, and everybody will crucify and be like, "No, that's Maddie."
Oh no, Maddie's let
Stop the
me use it
bullshit.
on my lives.
What?
But
Maddie's let me use it on my
but
lives.
Gina always says, like my good buddy Maddie says.
She will and
Oh,
smash that
so
bell.
you give credit where credit's due.
Yes, she does.
Good deal.
All right, I found it. Do you want me to heart it?
Huh?
You want me to heart it?
Whatever you want to do.
You push and hold, and you drop a pin, and then you hit save,
I always tell Maddie.
and then you hit save to favorites,
Always.
and then done. And now you're going to have a little heart show up on your map there.
Oh yeah, I have a whole bunch of those. I mean, Google automatically tracks me, so I can go into that and see.
And if
where
you
I've
don't
been
like that place, you just drive about another 7 miles,
Yeah.
and you'll find another overlook there that's even higher, because we left there because it got a little hot. And we went up another 700 feet or so in elevation, and it was even better. But it's just one little hairpin after the other, and they all overlook the lake.
Maddie, do you think you would do like more like a traditional Van Life gig job, like grinded, the bee harvest and the Alaska like
Am I listening?
fishery?
Not Gina's
No,
live.
Do you do that or?
Well,
This is not
I can't lift a lot of weight anymore.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
I would rather just have a camp host job where you pretty much just clean it up.
Well, that's what Bob did.
Where did that come from?
Well, the egg carton, the
Oh.
half that was here,
Yeah.
a spark hit it, and it was getting a hole, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was trying to get it out, but it kept getting bigger and bigger, and so I finally just put it in there.
You know, when you were
It
in
wouldn't stop
Nashville,
burning.
you always say that, I'm committed for another year.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what happens, I'm committed to another year. But what's your stand now? Like, do you feel like
I could put it out.
do you feel like this is good, but I think I can't do this long term, or I'm gonna do this until I can't move? What's your feel right now?
Well, my feeling is eventually I'm gonna need a high top.
That's really cool.
Because once you get older, your knees hurt, your back hurt, that kind of thing.
Do you feel that?
Then I may be in some trouble, because what do? Do I go all the way over to California, get a high top put on this van?
I don't know what kitchen table's supposed to fit.
I don't know.
That's what Bob did.
4 feet too short, so I just pulled out that.
Yeah, it's only
But do you?
But they're so expensive. I called over there and they wanted $8,000 for a high top for this little van. My van.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you could.
I've got
That's too much.
I've got a
I could get
cough.
travel
If I were
trailer.
you, I would talk to a new vendor that's started doing that. Tell them, hey, I will.
And my feet are not warm.
Give me half price. I'll do a month.
Where are
Is
they?
that phone for
Nobody
you
does
right
it.
now?
You know,
Oh, go ahead.
elemental.
Sorry.
What is it
No,
called? Element.
much better.
The guy that do
Yeah, it
Park
said
Henry,
emergency
Counter
overheat.
Element.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Elemental Wildlife, whatever.
Oh,
That,
Nate.
I think that was
I didn't
that.
even know a phone had that.
Nate did something
Say
similar. It
that.
was right
I've
north
had it
of.
when,
Was in San Francisco
like a
North Bay.
software gets
It was like a
stuck
small
and
shop that does, you know, high top add-ons.
Yeah.
And he got a really killer price because he agreed to do like almost like a commercial. So one episode was detailing how they put it on, how good it is, and I think he got a really killer deal for that. I mean, you got like 4 bikes for free. I mean, it's not a stretch. You got half price for like a high top, like add-on.
I might just go live with Frank. Who knows?
What's your TV show?
They seem like nice people.
Nice hot dogs. Huh?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Is that
Or you know what? You can go.
Yeah.
I want
Boo-boo.
I'm a sucker. I'm
Like,
well,
how we
Now
are.
it's Mama Gina.
Grab the jacket.
Pretty much, I guess. They were good.
I'm a sucker for Survivor and Big
Well, you think?
I love Survivor and
Yeah.
I like my two faces.
You know, what I'm thinking with Bob Wells, put out that video he bought a second property. I think that's his like, plan, that when he is too old to travel, he's gonna open up his property that you can camp on the
I
property.
saw that pop up in my feed, but I haven't watched it yet. Did he end up getting it in Nevada or?
He bought a small one in Williams, north of Williams.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Somewhere to go in the
He
summer.
bought a super teeny spot.
Yeah.
Then he bought a bigger land. And in that video, saw his followers, like subscribers already went there.
I don't need to know
And
some
I
more
think
crimes.
I think that's his long-term plan.
Now, what I haven't told you is I looked at a place in Williams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Between Williams
It
and
was
Grand Canyon.
7,200 feet elevation. It's like perfect for the summer. But I thought, I would sit up here. What would I do? I would come up here and I would sit and be like, I'm so bored. Why am I here?
No, Bob did it for legality, pretty much. So he says, this is my physical address, this is my property, this is my mailbox, this is my physical address. So like, he did it so that he doesn't have to lie when he writes his rent here.
Yeah.
But he bought a second property.
It'd be cheaper for me if I wanted time off the road
Yeah.
just to. It'd be better if I just got, if I get to that point, just to get a little travel trailer, I could get that for cheaper than I could get.
We got
high
three.
top.
You got 3 numbers to call.
Tonight?
We got to that stage. Hey, remember that offer he gave me?
Sora
I'm gonna
said
take
10
it.
o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
But where
right
is
on.
them though? In the U.S.
So hopefully another hour.
Those 3
What happens at 10?
Oh, another friend of ours is
All
showing
3
up,
of them,
Sarah
I feel
Rose.
like I know them because they've
Did
been
they close that
commenting
gate
for years,
over?
right?
No, they don't
And
close
then
the gate
every now and
into
then
the
they'll
park.
send
They
an
close
email,
the
hey, I
gate
see
to
you're
the
Boat ramp.
boat
be coming
ramp
through my
parking
area.
lot.
You're welcome here. I'm like, damn.
You know, that's a lot of YouTubers how they got their girlfriend, wife, because one of the most difficult things these days is trust, right? So if someone watching you for years that know you're a good guy, that's gold
Yeah,
to them.
but it has been amazing the people that have said, hey, if you're coming through here, you got a place. It's unbelievable. There's a lot of kindness out there.
Yeah. Well, that's the perk for like being a YouTuber, right?
Well, Maddie, if I still lived in Portland and you were coming through, I'd say, Maddie, I'll have a big long driveway. I'm parked.
Wait, I thought you
Got
sold
a
your
big
house.
long
I did. I
driveway.
said, if I did.
Oh, okay.
I got a big driveway and a
Bob
big
Wells
dog.
did, toured my van this last winter at Portside, so it's coming out sometime this summer.
Oh, Bob Wells? You're meeting with Bob Wells?
Tiny Home Tours dropped my video, the 11th dropped the video they toured on May 11th. Tiny Home Tours, if you want to
Hey,
watch
come here.
them.
Come
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
RUCP.
They dropped my video, the
Ciao.
tour. John Luke did it, so it was
RUCP.
May 11th.
I think Bob is. I don't know why some people hate on him. Like like
Because there's always going to be haters in it. People are
he
unhappy,
has
they're
helped,
jealous.
he has helped so many
I
people.
know, but
Yeah,
people
Bob's
are
a good
jealous.
guy.
You know,
always tell him he should have done this. Well, yeah, you should have done it too. You know?
You,
Yeah.
there's always going to be those people that are just unhappy and miserable, and they see what Bob has and jealous.
You know, I finally commented to it when I trolled the other day. You know what I told him? I said, I think it'd be best if you stop watching my videos. I just don't want you to make you any more miserable than you already are. First time I've ever done it.
Good night.
I just
I am. Yeah.
did it.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
But Maddie, if your house was paid in full, you don't have to pay rent. Would you? Well, two questions. Would you still pursue this life? And second question is, do you think this life is better than that life?
Oh, if I had a house paid in full,
Yeah.
I'd figure out a way just to rent it out. Yeah, I'd keep it. I'd rent it out and travel.
But you still won't
And
live in
I
there.
would have to have it. You're not going to make much like you think about it because you got to have somebody to manage it. You got to make sure that somebody's keeping an eye on the property, all that kind of stuff.
Take a walk.
No, I mean, this is before you got an idea of, I can't deal with this anxiety anymore. I gotta, stop paying for housing.
Yeah.
But if your housing was already paid for, like, would you still?
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't be at the house. I wouldn't be at that house.
But I don't think you would, like, sleep in a van on the streets though.
If I had the house,
Yeah.
it depends on where is the house. What
No.
state is the house
Your the house you share with your ex-wife.
in? No, I don't want to live there anymore. It's not the part of the country I want to be in.
Oh, you don't like Nashville anymore.
That was a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama. That was Leeds, Alabama.
Oh,
I
right.
don't
That
wanna live there. I don't wanna live
that wasn't Nashville.
No, I
I
never
gotta
owned a
con-
house in Nashville.
I got it confused.
I owned three
Okay.
houses in Alabama. The first two I bought young. They were fixer-uppers. I flipped them, made good money. The second one, I barely got out of that breaking even after all the work I did to it.
Yeah.
And then the housing crashed. There was houses in my neighborhood that had sat for sale for a year. A year. Mine sold in 2 months because I made it so pretty. Put flowers, painted the shutters. Sold in 2 months.
So anyway, what happened was
Everybody else's house has been sitting for a year.
LAX
But I
say here,
barely broke even.
our little
I might have made
town of
$1,100 when it
Cerritos
was
here.
all said and done out of that house,
No,
which
but-
is a shame. But other people
My mom
were
and dad
taking a
lived
loss
here.
just to get rid of it.
Sister lived
No,
here, and
no,
this
the
plane
question
was
is,
a DC, was a DC
You were
9
so
out of
miserable
Mexico, got
that
flipped
your
by a
misery
private
drove you
plane.
to one life, right?
Yeah.
A huge
And
part of that misery
upside
is
down
paying rent.
with
But if you didn't have to pay rent, you wouldn't
This is- my
pursue
family
one
was
life,
okay,
would you?
'cause they were
Or do you think you still would?
Well, if I didn't have that misery of it, no, I probably wouldn't.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, to begin with, if I had like a house paid for,
You stayed in that day.
probably wouldn't.
Just a normal life, right?
Yeah, probably wouldn't.
They were moving. So the women
But
stayed
now the second question is that now you know how good this van life is,
in another load. They
and
came
if you have a choice between that traditional life, just a house, you know, 9 to 5 job, maybe 5 days a week, to van life, but you have to suffer. Like, which one would you choose?
I'd have to suffer in which scenario?
Well, like, you can't stand up in your van.
Oh,
You have to get water. You have to worry about
oh yeah. If
electricity.
I was suffering in the van, yeah, suffering's a choice. I would not choose to suffer. Yeah, like my friend G, he wanted to do van life so bad. He thought about starting out in a Nissan Rogue,
That's hard.
and I said,
Don't
"You're
do that.
crazy."
Don't do
I said,
that.
"You're going to be miserable." I said, "You're going to have fun the first 2 weeks because it's going to be an adventure.
Yeah.
Then after that, you're going to be like, what the hell did I do?" And I said, if I told you to go and do it, I would not be a friend. I would be somebody just blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah.
And so he didn't do it. And now he saved for years, and he looked for years, and he went and bought a van about that big over there, a big Ford Transit.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting in his driveway right now.
That's feasible.
But he's doing what I did. You know, it took me 3 years, and I didn't plan it very well. But the thing I had working for me is I had 3 years to not pay rent.
Right.
That's $100 grand.
The question is, I think the major difference between you and that your friend is that your friend just loves Limelight. But I think the major driver for you going to Limelight was actually economic. It was the finance.
Well, my friend is miserable, going through very similar things that I went through. He's much younger.
Right.
I think he's late 30s.
Right.
I was late 40s.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, it's just, you know, sacrifice right now. Keep it going. Work the job. I don't know if his house is paid for. It's not a very, I've been there. He lives in San Antonio. It's not a very good neighborhood, but it's a house. You know? And he couldn't really get much for it if he sold it. So he thought what he's going to do is just rent it, have passive income from the rent. He's still going to keep it because he'll have a home base. He's got like this little workshop in the backyard.
Like
He's turning it into a little tiny home back there.
Right.
He's been doing all this for 2 years now.
Yeah.
You know, working it out, planning it out. And he'll be here tomorrow. But he's a real smart guy. He has trouble communicating in public groups. He's on the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
And he'll he freezes in public settings. But I mean, really smart when it comes to technology stuff.
Like Rain
Oh
Man.
my God. Oh my God. He sends me texts like, should I go? Starts talking about ohms and how many ohms would this be pulling? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're even talking about.
Ohms block?
He overthinks it, and he's like, you know, just when I put in 2 systems for my solar, I didn't want to rely on one system, so I put in 2 separate systems. In case one failed, I'd have one that I could.
Didn't it have like that electrical problem at the beginning? I remember seeing the video.
I had terrible stuff in the beginning, and you would think I would know better because I kind of had some decent training in 12 volt, 24 volt DC systems. You would think I would have done a better job to begin with.
Right.
But I didn't run, you know, a ground from the chassis of the van. I ran a negative and positive wire to every single thing. Because you don't have to ground 12 and 24.
Right.
Because you think about an electric wheelchair.
Right.
Not grounded. It's just a positive and negative wire to everything. So we use the word ground and earth. We interchange it. A lot of people think about earthing like you earth a home.
Are you still using the batteries or are you using like solar generators now?
I use both. I have my house batteries. I'm 200 amp hour house batteries.
Okay.
But they do nothing but run my fan and my refrigerator, and my lights are rechargeable USB, so they don't even run those. But they're there. I use the solar.
That's the 2, you had 2 lithium batteries?
Yeah.
Is what the solar tops on?
Yeah. 400 watts of solar on the roof, 200 amp hours. That's a good balance. You want to double your wattage for your amp hour.
But you said you ran 2 separate systems. So
2 separate systems.
Is 2 panels running one battery, 2 panels
No.
running the other battery?
No.
How many charge controllers do you have?
2 charge controllers.
So 2 panels go to one charge controller,
2
2
panels
panels go to
the other
another charge controller,
And both of those charge controllers go to the battery bank by parallel.
and the batteries are in parallel.
Yeah.
So you have
And
200 amp hour.
And I had a really good question about that. A comment says, don't the charge controllers fight each other? And I said, you would think they would. That's not the way electricity flows.
No, they're smart.
It's not the way it flows. But they don't, and I can park the van in shade, the back panels will work, the panels aren't giving so much.
Yeah, what
kind of thing.
are your charge controllers? I went with the Victron charge controller.
You're going to laugh at me. I use PWMs. I love it.
Those are just the generic ones.
Yep.
Yeah. But,
Well, I use EcoWorthy,
mhm.
and you can get a max of, let's see, 5 amps out of a 100-watt panel, right?
Ish.
Yeah, six amps out of a 100-watt panel, tops. So I went ahead and went doubled that. So I use a 30 amp controller and a 30 amp controller.
Two 30-amp controllers.
Yeah, yeah. Because the most I'll ever be bringing in would be 12 amps. So I'm over double that. On one
That's a
controller.
good safety factor.
Yeah. So, and they've been up there for years, and they work, and they're cheap. And if it fails, I'll just order another and have it here in 2 days. Stick it in. Yeah.
Did you ever buy a solar generator, or they're like from like factory, like a brand that send you for free?
Reviews.
Yeah, this is nice perk for being a
Yeah.
YouTuber.
Well, I've kept 2 of them. Most I've given away 10 of them.
Yeah,
10 of them.
it's crazy how many.
Where's Ron? I gave him one, and then and then I had another that was a big one. It was like a 1200 watt hour, and I didn't realize he needed one that big, and I had given it to somebody else, and then I run into him later and find out he's just skipping by barely, and I didn't know this. He's in that Honda minivan over there. And so I would have given you that one. But I think I've given away 10 of them. I've given away refrigerators. I met this lady out in the desert who was destitute. I gave her a power station and a refrigerator. And she still comments to this day. Just every now and then she'll check in. So she's still out there. She's still kicking.
What's your favorite fridge?
The one I got right now,
What's the brand?
it's
Seven or
Set Power.
Set Power.
I love those things. I had one of those fancy metal ones with the metal on the inside and all, and the metal on the outside.
That was the Bouge RV?
No, it was, if you name it, I'll remember it. I can't even think of it right now. The thing was a piece of junk. The thing would run all the time.
Suck the shit out of the battery.
Something was wrong with the thermostat on it. And I gave it to a guy up in Payson, Arizona, and I told him, I was like, this thing's wonky. He said, I don't care, I'll take it. He commented like 6 months later saying this thing's still running, working fine for him. So I'm like, all right.
He must have had a lot of power to
I don't
keep
know.
it running.
But I couldn't wait to get rid of the thing. But the one I got now is a Set Power. They don't even make it anymore. It looks like a toolbox. But it's been a champ. If it breaks, I'm getting another one of those. But I emailed them. I had done a review for them years ago, and always saved those emails. I emailed them, told them, hey, my fridge stopped working. I didn't tell them I gave it away.
Yeah.
They said, we'll send you another one out.
Maddie,
I'm like, okay, well, that'd be
Maddie?
great. Yes?
G is asking in the live, do you have any ideas of place to park in Northern California overnight spot? If I keep going, I'll make Oregon about 2 a.m.
Northern California, what part of North? It's a big place. What part of Northern California?
What part, G?
You can try that casino is a good spot. That's a great spot.
Casinos are a good spot.
Let's see. What's the name of that place? Northern California. Is he on the 5? Oh, tell him to
Are you
try.
on the I-5?
Tell him to try the Weed Rest Area, northbound, in Weed, California. It's a great one.
Okay. The Weed Rest Area in Northern California is a great spot to stay overnight.
He's coming out of San Francisco, so I don't know where he is. But he's got to go right past it. That'd be the best bet.
Are you still in touch with your friends in Nashville?
Yeah.
I remember you, one of their videos, you said, once they know that you are doing van life, you lose like half of them, half of them like instantly.
Yeah. They thought, well, he's a dirty van dweller. I'm not gonna be
He's
friends
on
with him.
drugs. He can't afford rent anymore.
Yeah, I did. A lot of people quit talking to. Like, what are you doing living in a van?
I remember
You
like
got to remember though. I mean, you got to think. I was living this. It was a really nice upscale area, and everybody I knew were bougie. You know, they're bougie people.
I remember like towards the end you said you don't really have a lot of friends anymore
Yeah.
in Nashville. I guess like
I've got. I would say I've got 10 really good friends
Red Bluff.
in Nashville, and I could narrow that down to 3 super good friends.
I could be wrong.
I stay with Nissa.
I could be wrong, but one of them is a girl, right?
Area and weed is
At least
good.
one. Or did I remember incorrectly?
But the couple that I house sat for, that's Andy and Angie, great
Right.
friends.
The one that had the tree fall on their
Yeah.
house.
They are great. We still talk all the time. Every month.
House sitting just runs perfectly with
It
one
worked.
life.
It saved me from dying in the heat.
Yeah.
It did.
Maddie, is the rest area before weed or after?
Well, he's got Google. I don't. It's weed rest area
He didn't
northbound.
ask that, but I thought.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be something he would
might
ask.
be the next question.
I thought he would ask that. Yeah, just tell him to Google weed rest stop northbound. It's a good one.
Hey, if you can't find a rest stop, right? Just say you pull into a rest stop pretty late, you see all the slots are taken, you just can't find a rest stop. Where would you go then to spend the night?
Truck stop.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Just that.
But if truck stops are full, so I'm just,
Dirt lot behind the Hardee's.
I like that too.
wait, behind what?
The Hardee's restaurant or the whatever they call them out here. Carl's Jr.
Jr.
Carl's
Yeah,
Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that before. That was sketchy.
Work though.
But what about you? What's your trick? So you've got rest stop, truck stop.
See, I just don't rely
Sorry,
on my
Gina. I
phone.
thought that was
I have a
G being
GPS
facetious.
that I update
No,
all the
I
time from the internet.
figured you would
Okay.
ask that, but
And on my
he said he's
GPS, I can go
Googling it.
categories, rest areas, truck stops.
Okay.
And then my GPS that's in the van right now, it's a smart one. I talk to it,
Yeah.
and it'll Wi-Fi hotspot off my phone, so I know about traffic, construction, speed zones, red light cameras.
Right.
I love my GPS. It is my Google surrogate because I rarely do Google. So I rely on my GPS.
Right.
And then IOLander gets me my non-commercial, off the beaten path places.
It's an Overlander.
IOLander.
Yeah, that's the phone, right? Phone app, right?
Yes, but I don't have the app. I just go to it through Firefox.
Oh, okay.
My Firefox can trick it, and then it'll show me what I need to find out.
Got it.
Campendium when I'm actually looking to like camp long term.
Right.
But I like IOLander just for overnighters.
Right.
But a lot of times I have no. I mean, I'll pull into a Flying J, a Pilot. I've got all their loyalty cards. I used to have a stick.
Do they allow overnight parking? Oh, the truck stop.
A lot of them do. They don't want you parking up near the building because that's for
Right.
customers
Yeah.
in and out.
But if you park like away from